We're going to move on from one kind of VIP racism to another, from a blatant disregard of citizens' rights to their city to a sense of entitlement that seems nothing short of shocking. Karnataka is proposing a new law that will make it mandatory for private social clubs to grant memberships to netas, MPs, MLAs and MLCs. The draft law, which is called the Karnataka Entry into Public Places and Removal of Restriction on Dress and Regulation of Membership and Fee Act 2015 was made public, apparently for feedback, and feedback is something that we're trying to give them. But we're asking tonight, is this yet another instance of misplaced priorities? And joining us on this discussion tonight is designer, choreographer and image consultant, not to mention a very well-known Bangalore citizen, Prasad Bidappa, who's with us tonight, and Rajesh Kalappa continues to be with us, this time of course in his capacity as legal advisor to the Karnataka government also. But Prasad Bidappa, let me begin with you. When you hear about a law like this that is essentially going to make it mandatory for these private clubs, you know, we can debate about the fact that people wait sometimes 20 years, 25 years for access, for membership to these clubs. But this is going to be a sort of free pass in a sense for MPs, MLAs, MLCs, elected netas to get a shortcut route into these clubs. What sort of priorities are we talking about over here? A legislation that seeks to give club memberships?
Well, it seems to be that the entire country's got a new reservation clause for the political classes. And this seems to be the latest thing. Why can't they just join the queue? And they are welcome to join the club, but why don't they go through due process and just sort of check out whether they're eligible to enter or have some kind of, you know, regulation that everybody else gets to follow? Why these shortcuts? Why the lal batis? Why this kind of sense of entitlement that makes them feel that they can just have whatever they want in the country at the cost of ordinary citizens? The Bangalore Club issue is just one small thing, but the rest of it, legislators taking off on holidays, spending public money, it's sickening. Bangalore's a failed city, Karnataka is a failed state, and it's not difficult to see why.
Respond to that. This is a state that's, you know, facing agricultural distress, it's facing a power crisis that, you know, means 4 hours of power cuts a day for most Bengaluru citizens. What's happening? Where are the priorities here?
No, Ankita, I think I fully agree with Prasad in that our priorities are rather misplaced. But this entire story, for some reason, Ankita, I must point out, with great humility, is in the wrong direction. And I'll tell you why. Because there is no proposed law in the first place. What you just stated is that there is a proposed law. There is no such proposal.
It's a draft bill which talks about it.
No, it's not even a draft bill. I will tell you what the situation is. See, in sometime in 2012, the BJP government of the day thought that it was fit to regulate clubs and their movements and their activities and to see who entered the clubs and who did not.
So are you saying the MPs and MLAs will be there to...
Let me give you the chronology of events and you can agree with me or disagree with me. Right? And then there was a committee which was constituted. That committee gave an interim report on the basis of which the BJP government of the day enacted some kind of a bill or had some kind of a bill in mind. But the Congress government did not plan to enact it.
The Congress government could have kept it aside as well. It's not done that.
We have kept it aside. That's exactly the point.
It's been made public for consultations, as far as I know.
No. I'm sorry. The point is that this committee has now given its final report. And what you're now thinking about is the final report of that committee. Now, there is a procedure. That final report of the committee
Let's not get bogged down in the details. Does it or does it not, this draft bill, actually talk about, you know, dress, the fact that so far veshtis, etc. have been banned from this from these elite clubs. So allowing those, but also to ensure that no elected representative can be denied a membership. At the bottom, is it or is it not what this bill says?
No, I'm sure you'll agree with me, Ankita, that the government of the day has the prerogative to say, okay, these portions of the recommendations are acceptable to us and these we will drop. So why are we jumping the gun and saying that the government has already accepted these recommendations?
We're not saying that at all, but we are putting it out there that there is such a proposal. And
there has been such a proposal since the BJP regime, not in the Congress government.
But the Congress government hasn't tossed it aside, is the only point I'm making over here.
But it's still too premature is the point I'm trying to make. Because there is a final report.
But do respond to Prasad Bedappa's other points as well. He's saying that this is symptomatic of a general malaise, whether it's MPs and MLAs going on tours on public money, whether there is, wanting club memberships, there is a blatant sense of entitlement. How do you square that with, what the Congress government in Karnataka is trying to do?
See, insofar as the Congress government of the day is concerned in Karnataka, we have had a huge difference from the previous BJP government, and the previous BJP government, which Prasad will bear out, had been known for its exemplary corruption, where one chief minister went to jail. Several, legislators were caught on rape charges, several watching porn in the assemblies, and so on and so forth. When Prasad is referring to the fact that Karnataka is a failed state, he's referring to those instances. He's not referring...
I'm not sure about that. Prasad, would you like to come in on that?
Well, yes, sometimes I wonder, what are our legislators legislating about? Is it about the clubs? I mean, is this the thing that they're concerned about? That they need to go somewhere where they can get, cocktails at a cheaper price? Are there no priorities in Karnataka? No priorities in Bangalore? We are a city who are suffering. We have no roads, we have no water, now we have no electricity. We have power cuts. And Brijesh, I'm sorry to say, whether it's the BJP or the Congress, for us, it is seamless corruption and seamless ignoring of what we need as citizens. Whichever government is in power, the citizen suffers. What do you have to say to that?
See, insofar as, this larger malaise that, we are suffering, citizens are suffering, and I have no real answer to that. But I'm only pointing out
that... Isn't that what we're here for? To brainstorm on answers?
Look, Ankita,
I think if
there are some systemic, reforms which can correct the problems, then we are all for it. But we can't say that, just because we are the Indian National Congress and we have government of Karnataka, so we are going to solve all problems. We can't certainly promise that. But for instance, we were just talking about VIP culture.
But compound them further?
Entire schools of Chandigarh were closed. You can't hold the Congress government responsible.
Okay, last comments, Prasad Bedappa, and I have to wrap this up.
I'd just like to butt in. Every forum that we go on at the end of the day turns into an argument between the BJP and the Congress. To us, common people who are on the street, living in the city, whichever person is in power, whichever party is in power, we suffer. There seems continuity only in that one thing.
And it's time to reclaim our rights, perhaps, and just say that this is not good enough. I'm afraid we're completely out of time. So, Prasad Bedappa, Brijesh Kalappa, we have to leave it at that for the moment. But thanks, both of you, for joining us on Left, Right and Centre tonight. We'll take a very quick break. The buck stops here after this.